Oh my god, finally. Welcome back to Roguelike Roulette, everyone. Xander here, and finally, after all this time, we rolled the game that made me want to make this series a thing. The Binding of Isaac. Specifically, Repentance. With all the DLC and all that. This game is near and dear to my heart. I have almost every single achievement in it, which if you know this game at all, you know that's like a full-time job. We're starting on a completely blank file. So it is entirely likely that we like full clear 100% every single other game except this like multiple times before we finish this one, because this game just has so much stuff in it. As you can see, we've got some locked characters here. We will be playing everything on hard mode because I know this game pretty well, one might say. This is my most played game on Steam by like quite a wide margin. So yeah, let's get started. Now let's get started. I forgot, I've got a couple mods that will make the viewing experience a little better. Stuff like mods that describe what the items that we see are. So for example, this is soy milk. You pick it up, it makes your damage absolutely terrible, and it maxes out your fire rate. Ooh, I need to mess with my keybinds. 1 second. Okay. I guess we're playing on keyboard because my controller is having a hissy fit. Because I use a Switch controller, so it kind of messes with the button layout of things. But yeah, this game plays like a twin stick shooter, dungeon crawler type thing. Very inspired by like the first Zelda game, stuff of that nature. There's a lot of weird secrets and hidden mechanics, many of which I know by heart at this point. So, yeah, I will do my best to explain as things go along. But for now, I just kind of have to focus on not dying. I took soy milk for the sake of demonstration because we have never seen it before. Normally, I would not take soy milk without anything to like complement it, because soy milk on its own is pretty terrible, to be honest. It's like really bad. Like the fire rate adds so much like jankiness to how it knocks enemies around that most of the time the DPS upgrade is just not worth the hassle. It's really good if you have like chance-based tier effects, because you have a lot more bullets flying at once. And by bullets, I do mean tiers, because the story of this game is like over the top in like how like edgy it is, very much on purpose. You are a crying child who ran into the basement because his mother was gonna kill him with a kitchen knife at the behest of God. So it's yeah. It's definitely one of the video game stories of all time. It does have some like serious stuff about it, but yeah, not all of it is necessarily meant to be taken very seriously. And I think that's okay. Of course, we get a fire rate up, so now we shoot even faster. Great, love that for us. Not a whole lot we can do on that floor, so we will just keep continuing onward. Hopefully we find a key so we can enter our next item room. Don't worry about any of the stats stuff on the side. We'll kind of explain what all of that means as it becomes relevant. Yeah. For right now, just don't worry about it. If you are picking up this game for the first time, I would highly recommend not getting the DLCs right out of the gate, because it adds even more items and mechanics and stuff to keep track of, and this game is very overwhelming to start off with. So yeah, it just kind of makes it even less beginner friendly, let's just say. Basically, the gist is you run around, you pick up items, you try to find a boss to progress to the next floor, and you hope that your items are good enough to beat them. A lot of it is skill-based, but obviously the better items you have, the less skill you need, so... right now we have no keys, no way to get into our item room or our shop, but the item room definitely takes priority right now. Your shops get better the more money you put into the donation machine across all of your runs. It is cumulative. And so right now they're as bad as they can be, basically. So I'm not necessarily looking forward to any like crazy shop related shenanigans quite yet. We'll take a peek in here. Okay, cool. Love it. Honestly, I might just wait. Okay, here's what we'll do. This looks silly. But if you are at 1 heart or less, you can enter these boss trap rooms. This item is not necessarily worth it, but for the sake of demonstration. I mean, the range isn't terrible, but yeah, so if you're at 1 heart, you can enter these rooms, and then you can pick up a item that a boss would drop, and in exchange you have to fight 2 bosses. So since I'm fairly comfortable against first floor bosses, I'm not too worried about it. Although these guys with soy milk might be a little bit of trouble. Uh-oh. Getting cornered. There we go. Just ignore the fact that I just walked into that fly point blank. Yeah, don't feel like you have to rush like anything in this game. There are very few things that are time sensitive, so take your time to kill bosses. Don't go out of your way to make things harder on yourself by doing things quickly. That is just good beginner advice, I guess. Okay. Wow, that was almost really bad. If you see a rock with a like mark on it like this, go ahead and bomb that and it will drop something. I probably should have saved that for after this fight. That's okay. This is Monstro. This is one of the easier bosses in the game. You pretty much just have to run circles around him and he won't be able to do much to you. Yep. Honestly, the most threatening part of that was just all of the additional guys that he started with. You're okay. Because we killed Monstro, we unlocked a new item. That's our first achievement. Woo. Finally, we get a damage up, which is nice, and we got another range up. I don't know where our secret room would be on this. There's always a secret room that you can access with a bomb that's like off the map, but bordering some rooms. Since I don't know for sure where it would be, I'm not going to use my only bomb to try to figure it out. And we just didn't get a key last floor, so that kind of stinks. Now I am going to do my best to find where our boss is right away, because we have this this blue heart. I think they're officially called spirit hearts. I call them soul hearts, whatever. So there's on the stats on the left side, there's that devil icon. If you clear a floor without taking red heart damage, that chance stays pretty high. And by default, it is at 100%, except on floor 1 when it doesn't activate. If you manage to get all the way through the floor and kill the boss without taking any red heart damage, then it will teleport you, or it opens up a special room called the Devil Deal room, where you can sacrifice some of your red heart containers for usually really good items. So because I'm like pretty good at this game, if the item is good enough, I am more than comfortable sacrificing my health for that. So yeah, I at least want to see what the items would be. I want to check something real quick, actually. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna guess our secret room is right here. It is. Nice, okay. Magician, kind of worthless, not gonna lie. It's okay. Yeah, so secret rooms typically border 3 rooms that all have like a blank wall at their center here. The reason I wasn't sure last floor is because there were only there weren't any viable spots that had like 3 blank walls. There were only a couple that had 2 bordering walls on it, and I don't know. I didn't want to take a risk on that. Okay. Now we're getting some keys. Feeling a little better about life. That was silly. Gotta play real careful now. Okay. This is a really bad room in terms of not taking damage, because it's honestly kind of just up to chance on whether he floats in a direction that screws you over or not. These guys are really annoying. These are hosts. And they just kind of sit here and you can't damage them until they decide to pop up and attack you. You can't even use bombs on them. Like, come on. Yeah, as we go on, the floors will obviously get harder and harder. So hopefully we can stay kind of above the curve. I'm gonna wait on that. Okay, interesting. Sure, let's go with it. So that drops our movement speed, which is not awesome, but it does give us decent damage up. And honestly, we kind of need all the damage we can get right now. This would be an active item, of which we can only have one. It is really dirt cheap, but I think just building up our donation machine is kind of more important right now. So we can unlock new items, eventually upgrade our shop so it sells more stuff at a time. Just generally important stuff. Do I necessarily recommend getting rid of all your money like that? No, but yeah, like I said, I'm not really counting on our shops giving us anything crazy to begin with, so. The pile of poop I broke over there gave us the petrified poop. That is our first trinket we've seen. You can hold one of those at a time, and they just have kind of nice passive effects. And that's about it. Okay. Whoa, that was a little sketchy. This is Chub. They will charge in a straight line at you and occasionally spawn more of the little guys that charge in a straight line at you. Honestly, not too bad of a boss. You can feed them bombs, and there goes our Devil Deal chance. Awesome. Yep, love it. Thanks. This is why I said we needed more damage, because killing the little guys that Chub spawns is proving to be a little too slow to take care of all of them before they start piling up. Yeah, not awesome. That's more on soy milk than anything else, though. We did get a speed up to counteract the odd mushroom we picked up, so that's nice. Before we leave, I actually want to come back up here. All the way up. Keep going. This room only opens if you have full red hearts. And as soon as you open one of these, you are in I don't know, kind of like an enemy gauntlet type thing. There's like 3 waves of enemies. Which ones spawn depends on the floor. And these red chests here are particularly interesting to me because they can either drop bombs, like we saw, and those bombs will explode on their own, like that. That is specifically a big troll bomb who will follow you around. Or it can drop rare items, like Guppy's Paw here. Cool. Or there is a small chance it can drop soul hearts, which would have been nice to up our Devil Deal chance on the next floor. Or it just has a very small chance to just teleport you to the Devil Deal room on its own. So I figured we would check it out since we didn't get our deal on this floor. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. Guppy's Paw is our first active item we have picked up. I'm playing on keyboard, so you use those with spacebar. And what Guppy's Paw will do is it will permanently sacrifice one of our red heart containers in exchange for 3 soul hearts. So this should be more than enough protection for a guaranteed Devil Deal that we desperately need. Typically, Devil Deals provide something that ups our damage, or at least our damage potential, I guess. And yeah, soy milk has made it so that we desperately need damage. Like I said, taking soy milk without having anything to like buff it with is kind of not a good idea. I'm actually going to use our magician card in here. That just gives us homing shots for the room. Kind of nice, not necessarily like the most impactful card. It doesn't give you any kind of like permanent resource or anything like that. And it's not the most helpful room killer you can get, but you know, in a pinch like that, it's kind of nice. Okay, this shouldn't be too bad. These off-color enemies you see every once in a while are called champions. They're actually more common on hard mode. They just have like a little boost to their health and some kind of unique effect to them sometimes. So like there's ones that will explode into a little bullet pattern when they die. There's some that explode when they die. There's some that leave behind like a little poison trail, that type of thing. The good thing about them is that certain champion types are guaranteed to drop certain items. So like that one dropped a small battery. If we had a active item that has like a charge time on it, that battery would speed that up for us. Guppy's Paw here we can use whenever we want, so it doesn't matter for us, but just figured I would mention it. This room can be a little tricky. These bats have like a decent amount of health, the fat ones. There we go. Okay, Gertie's very easy. When Gertie pops their head in, you move from one side of the room to the other. Sometimes they will spawn enemies. Apparently not right now, though. The enemy spawning is like the only thing that makes this boss hard, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. You spawned one fly. Good job. So there's our first Devil Deal room. If you don't walk in there right away, there is a very high chance that that room will close and you will not see it again. So it is worth taking a peek.
Something's wrong.
Okay. This is interesting. Okay. Yeah. So this item over here is called Money Equals Power. It gives us a small damage up for every penny that we have in our inventory. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't make much of a difference with soy milk, though, because soy milk adds like a damage multiplier that makes it basically do nothing. Dark matter here is just a straight damage up, and it gives us our first tier effect. It gives enemies fear on occasion. So I'm thinking of going with that one. This demon beggar in the middle here will take half hearts from you and then occasionally spit out an item. So I am going to do something a little risky. I'm going to give him all my red health. Okay, cool. He gave me like an actually really sick item that is just a damage plus tears up. We unlocked Lazarus. That's cool. Honestly, I don't remember what triggers that. But yeah. And then we'll just take dark matter here. Oh yeah, and our range is insane. And then we can just pick those up. Now, we are not done on this floor. We have not found our item room, and we have not found our shop. Those are both very important, especially the item room, just because, you know, for the cost of one key, you can potentially get something that, like, makes your entire run significantly better. Pills are not usually advisable to take right away, but I'm a little goofy guy and I like content. They can really screw over your run, or they can positively affect your run, but like rarely do they like save your run, you know? We've got a reasonable number of bombs now. The item I picked up in the shop is called Tarot Cloth. It basically makes all of our card consumables that we pick up, it doubles their effect when applicable. So the card we're holding on onto right now is called the Devil. It just gives us like a damage up for the rest of the room when we use it, and now it will give us twice as much of a damage up. So I don't know, that seems pretty good. That one's not like the craziest impact in the world, but there are some that are absolutely crazy. Like there's a card called the Hierophant that instead of dropping 2 soul hearts when you use it, it will drop 3, and 3 soul hearts for 1 card use is like, that's really good. Cool. I think our secret room is here. Yes, it is. Yeah, if you see a room that just has like a conspicuous empty spot on the wall, that's also sometimes a sign that there's a secret room there. Usually best to double check before you go and just place down bombs, but I had enough that I was okay with wasting 1 or 2. Empress, a different card that does damage up things. Here's an arcade. Arcades have different methods of gaining and spending money. Usually the spending money part of that is not as worth it. But one thing you can do is just bomb everything. And yeah, that's typically worth the cost of entry. I'm going to swap out the petrified poop with safety scissors. That makes troll bombs that would explode on their own. It actually just converts them into regular bombs that we can pick up and use whenever we want. It is one of the better trinkets in the game, I will say. We'll keep the devil card. The moon card just teleports you to the secret room. We've already found the secret room on this floor. And I would rather worry about like damage for the next boss than a secret room on the next floor, if that makes sense. This is actually really good with soy milk. This is lost contact, so our tiers now have like a little shield on them. That basically means that if they hit something, if they hit a projectile, it will cancel it out. Which on a normal run, it's debatable on whether or not that's a good thing, but on this particular run, because we are outputting just so many tiers, we're basically guaranteed to outgun any enemy that we're fighting anyways. So that's a really good pickup for us. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is our super secret room. Will I? I don't know about that. Super secret rooms I'm less confident on. So every floor has a secret and super secret room. The secret room I've already explained kind of what the placement is on that. The super secret room only borders 1 room on the entire map. So typically if there's like a dead end of something and it's just like a regular room, like way over here, like this area seems like kind of suspicious, so I might guess there, but like on bigger floors it is much harder to tell. Usually it spawns close-ish to your boss room when possible. So like it could be down and a little to the left. It could be on that weird little like sticky outy spot. I don't know. Yeah, not as confident on those. Okay, we'll take a peek in here. So yeah, like we don't even have to worry that that guy was firing at us. Safety scissors turns that into 2 bombs for us. Yeah, the other side effect of that is we basically never have to worry about running out of bombs, which is very nice. The world is cool. This room looked very suspicious as far as secret room placement anyways, so I was thinking of just bombing that wall off rip. But the world card revealed the map to us and basically confirmed it. Not basically, it did confirm it, so yeah. These guys, you can only attack the backs of them, but the front of them can still take status effects like fear. So, yeah, if I shoot at him enough times, then he'll start running away from me. You might think this chest is inaccessible. If you want to, if there's like a rock or something, you can place a bomb next to it and it will create a little bridge. Yeah, I mean, that's not a particularly like great chest for me to demonstrate that on, but some people just don't know that that mechanic exists. And that makes sense because the game never actually tells it to you. Check the shop. Now our shop has 3 stuff. And we'll just keep on upgrading it. Now our donation machine is jammed, so we can no longer donate for the rest of our run here. We have to wait until next run. Which is fine with me. I mean, we got decent mileage out of it. These guys are kind of funny if they get fear and start running away from you, because the only way they can attack you is by running into you. So it's just like, I don't know, they're not really doing anything. Piggy bank just gives you a couple pennies on pickup, and then when you take damage, you drop a couple pennies. Doesn't sound super useful. There are certain very niche cases where it can be. And we're just kind of moseying right along here. Ooh, nice. We got more fire rate and range as if we really needed it, because look at this. The main thing I was saying nice for is that drops soul hearts for us, which is cool. There's our super secret room. They're typically a little less impactful in terms of what's actually in them. But you know, if you have the bombs, there's really no point in not checking. Fear kind of makes bosses or just enemies in general that like leap into the air for extended periods of time. Like if they're supposed to jump on you, it kind of makes them a little more unpredictable. So some people don't like fear tiers for that reason. I don't think they're necessarily bad, but I mostly took dark matter for the damage up, let's be real. Monster 2 here has a very, very similar moveset to Monster 1, by the way. Got even more fire rate. It looks like we are now at the cap. Sure. We'll take one of those. And I might as well take one of those. We've unlocked Azazel from taking enough devil deals. Now we have no red hearts and it's all down to soul hearts. So Guppy's Paw is effectively useless. I would be slightly worried about that if we continued this run longer, but our first run is guaranteed to end at this floor, so not too concerned about it. This guy is a charge beggar. If you have an active item with a charge time on it, you can pay him and he will charge it up for you. And this guy over here will accept bombs and then give you some money for them, which is pretty cool of him. Wow, this room is a little obnoxious, huh? There we go. That shielded tears coming in clutch. No, okay. This is a sacrifice room. We actually saw one of these right at the start of our run. You can intentionally take damage on the spikes there, and it will periodically give you rewards for it. The more damage you take, the better your rewards typically are. To the point where if you take like your entire, like the max amount of health you can have, if you take that damage and then more, it can have a chance of teleporting you to like the last floor of the game, or at least one of the potential last floors of the game. This is one of those games that has like multiple branching paths, so yeah, it's one of those. There we go. Again, fear tears kind of just ruining enemies that want to run at us. So don't have to worry about them. Fruitcake is not good, but it is funny, especially with soy milk. It just adds a bunch of potential random effects onto all of your tiers. Some of them are good, some of them are absolutely terrible and actively detrimental. But it is really funny. So let's show it off. Why not? And this is going to be the last floor of this run. Isaac. Our final boss here is Mom. So Mom always starts with this big stomp in the middle of the room. We might as well use this devil card here. And then she will periodically try to stomp on you, and she will have little bits and pieces that stick out of the walls. She'll spawn in enemies. This can be a somewhat difficult fight if you do not have enough damage to clear out enemies. But yeah, Fruitcake kind of pushed that one over the top. So yeah, that was definitely a run.
Isaac, his mother was far too strong for him. But just as he accepted his fate, God intervened, sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand. And just like that, it was over.
So yeah, that is the first run of Repentance that we've done so far. We're going to unlock a bunch of stuff now that we've done challenges. Now that we have beaten Mom, I am able to turn on mods. The game doesn't let you activate mods and unlock stuff unless you have beaten Mom at least once, just to make sure you don't unlock everything right out of the gate, which I guess is understandable. But yeah, we will see that in action next time, assuming it doesn't take another trillion years to roll this game again, because I do really enjoy this game, and I hope I get to show off more of it sooner rather than later. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.